Hey guys, and welcome to Gwent, the Witcher card game. My name is Jaggerous, and today I have a patch day monsters list for you guys. And I've played around with a lot of different things in terms of the Frost package and all that sort of thing. And this, I think, is the deck that I found the most success with. I was trying to make the Ard Gaith work, the Echo card that you see here. But I kind of found that it was pretty overcosted and a bit underwhelming, right? Because the issue with Ard Gaith is that your opponent will just row stack, so you kind of lose a lot of value from the Frost effect anyway. And often with the Echo, the second time you're playing it, you're really not seeing that much value with it. It's not a surprise. And you don't really have good options kind of for row punishing in order to, make this card worth running. So instead, I feel like if you want to have double Frost, you can always run the Red Riders, which allows you to either spawn Frost on one row or two, so you have choice. And on top of that, it then thins the Winter Queen while saving provisions. The other card I did play around with was Eridan. He's another one of the newer cards, where you spawn Frost on enemy rows for 2 turns, and Dominance increases the damage of Frost by 1. However, because this deck isn't running that much Frost, again, this card feels quite kind of highly costed, so wasn't something that I really felt was working with the deck. With that said, we have a kind of Deathwish package, Thrive, little bit of Frost, mid-rangey deck, I would say, with a lot of point slam. So we have our Overwhelming Hunger leader ability. We can destroy an allied unit and spawn an Ekamara in a row and boost it by that unit's power. So this is a really good ability to have with Detlef Higher Vampire, because we can play him, and when he dies, he then gets summoned out of the graveyard to the same row, and you can do this twice. So you can play him for 5, consume him, make a 5, he comes back onto the board for 5, and do that again. That's an option. We also then have Maruna in the list with Deathwish, seize an enemy unit with 4 or less power, so we have the option to play this and then trigger the leader ability and kidnap your opponent's cards as a little bit of control. So we have the new Auberon King, and we are running a Devotion deck. So this card, on round 1, you play it, it will spawn and play a random Bronze Wild Hunt unit. On round 2, you create one, so you get a choice. And on round 3, he also has Veil, and he will boost other Wild Hunt units that you play. So it's a pretty decent mid-range card. We have Ighern. Ighern is a big insect. He gains armor equal to the number of cards in your hand. And this is also useful with Overwhelming Hunger, because if he doesn't have much armor, we can play him and then use this ability to make an Ekamara with his value, putting him into the graveyard, which sets up our Osril, which consumes a unit from either our opponent's graveyard or our own. Other cards that work nicely with Osril are Goliath. We have other big targets for our graveyard. Although bear in mind that if Goliath dies, it will summon your opponent's highest card. Sometimes that can be a tactic, though. Naglfar looks at 2 random gold cards from our deck. We play one and it puts the other one on top, so this gives us kind of thinning for our gold cards. Winter Queen is a devotion card with Thrive. So she'll come out of the deck if there's Frost on both enemy rows. So if we play the Red Riders, spawn Frost on either one row or in this case 2 rows, then we would pull this from the deck, and it's a 4-power Thrive card, so we can also play other things to make it stronger. Addis Striga has Dominance, and she'll deal 4 damage if you have the largest unit on the board, otherwise she deals 2. The Beast is good if you have big units like Ighern, for example. At the end of your turn, if this unit is not the unit with the highest power, it boosts itself by 2. Apiarian Phantom is one of the newer cards. I like to call him Steve. So Steve here, he has Veil and Zeal. And at the end of the turn, if you haven't used his order, he's going to boost himself by 1. So he just keeps kind of boosting, gaining 1 point, helping you gain dominance. And towards the end of the round, you can then trigger his order ability and damage an enemy unit by 3. Werecat can be used because you have Frost. Your opponents may think it's a full-on Frost deck and row stack, so we can use this to, deal a lot of damage. It's also a Thrive unit, and we can always kill it with the Overwhelming Hunger, should we wish. Parasite is just decent removal. We can damage an enemy unit by 6, or we can boost one of our own units. Naglfar Taskmaster is the new Monsters Purify card, so we're going to use this for purification. And bear in mind, if you have Dominance, you can purify your own units as well, but if you don't, it's just an enemy. Then we have our Thrive package. So we have the 2 Endrega Lavas with Thrive. You play one of these, and you get 2 of them. They are 1 strength bugs with 2 armor, so we'll get 2 of those. We have the Drowner. That's our 2 strength Thrive unit. And we can use this to move an enemy unit to the other row and damage it by 2. So this can always be used to move something into Frost for the couple turns that we have that on the board. The Aen Elle Conqueror is a devotion card. So because we have exclusively monsters cards in this list, we can play that. And it has Veil. It's a 7 strength unit with Veil. It's just a, a nice tempo play, I guess, for only 4 provisions. We have a couple Plumods in here. These are going to give an enemy unit bleeding for 2 turns. If you have Bonded, then you give it bleeding for 4 turns. This is generally mulligan fodder. Then we have our 2 Brujas, the Thrive unit, which gives an enemy unit bleeding for 2 turns, and this has 3. So you can see this is our kind of Thrive package. We have some Frost stuff, we have some Overwhelming Hunger Deathwish stuff, and we have some Toll stuff, and that is the list. If you enjoy the video, maybe leave a like, and without further ado, I'm going to jump into a ranked game now, and I'll showcase this deck in action for you.
Any last words?
So we are against Mahakam Forge, which is a tempering deck, typically with dwarfs. This deck does like to go quite Toll. In terms of our mulligans, we do not want the Winter Queen because we aim to thin her. And I generally mulligan the Plumards. I think if the hand was 2 stacked, we would mulligan the Osril because we can find it later. How useful is this Purify going to be? I mean, Squirtle does sometimes poison, and that's worth kind of being aware of. I mean, maybe we kick the Bruja instead, because it's a little bit slower. Or we could kick the Osril. Yeah, I think I'm just going to mulligan the Osril. Oh, we got Plumard. Okay, that's not exactly what we want to see. In terms of your opener here, you know, you do the standard thing. You play the Indraga Lava, right? It's all good. And then we'll see what he plays. Maruna can be really nice in round 1, depending on what it is he opts to play here. You know, if he plays a Sage or something, we can just kidnap that. Percival. Okay. Remember when I said we could kidnap something? That is what we're gonna do here. So we do this. We do this. And we end our turn. I like it. I like it. Just deny him his harmony completely. Yeah, Maruna is a card. And especially when you're against Overwhelming Hunger, I think it is something that you should be a little bit wary of in terms of how you open. Because if you had more than one 4-strength unit, you know, it's random which one gets seized. I don't get to pick, so that's the thing. Dunker. So this is the new... yeah, they have, all decks have this engine, right, where it does something, and then it... I'm trying to think how to explain this. So this card... it does something. So in this case, it boosts a card in the hand, and then you can use it for 3 damage, and that's the same as the Apiarian Phantom here. We have 4 points of damage. So if we bleed it one up, oh, it's got Veil, so we can't bleed it. We can Purify it, but that feels like a waste. This is a little bit tricky, because we don't really want this to exist for too long. We don't have Parasite, otherwise we could just Parasite it. If we play... No, there's too many bad options, I think, off of Naglfar. I'm just trying to decide the best way to kind of handle this card. It's like we really need 1 more damage, right? And we don't have that. The alternative is we just try and get out of the round. We could Purify it. If we Purify it, we can then bleed it. But that's 3 turns that it's going to trigger, which isn't really ideal. So maybe we just play our Phantom and end turn. I might have wanted to boost that, though, because of Rebuke. Although it does boost itself by 1, actually. So it's up to 6. So you can't just kill it in 1 turn. We could also actually play Striga and then use the damage from Dunker. That's an option. From Dunker from the Phantom. Like, I don't hate that as a strategy, especially because this card is such a massive pain in the butt. Or we just straight kill this one and leave this one. We just don't have great options for damage, unfortunately. I mean, we can roll the Naglfar and see what we get. If we bleed this for 2 turns... we can then kill it with this. If we bleed it for 1 turn, we can kill it with this. I mean, we have a good short round in and of itself. So I think we just have to try and do something. It may be the case that we do need to try and roll for Parasite. The problem is our other options aren't really going to help us in this round. Like, this is bad. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. This we don't really want. This gives us 1 damage, which is actually really useful. So maybe we do go Naglfar. If we had a Drowner, we could have just moved this to the other row, and that would have been good too. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play the Naglfar. If we had Frost as well in this situation, it would have been quite good. Yeah, the Werecat, I like it. Because we can do this, and we can kill this, and then we can kill this on the next turn. And I think that's pretty good. And then they've not got too much hand buff, right? They've got a little bit of hand buff, but... it means that if the round does go on a bit longer, it's not hugely problematic. It also gives us another Thrive unit. And we haven't even used the tactical advantage yet. And you see, they're playing hand-buffed units here, like the Mahakam Volunteers obviously is usually a 3, so at least we're getting rid of some of that a wee bit. So we can play this. Oh wait, I don't have dominance. Let's fix that really quickly. There we go. Good thing we could back out of that transaction. And I think we're at the point now where we can probably pass. You know, we are up 25, 27 points. Yeah, they passed. Did we overcommit? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's okay. Because we have a good short round with things like Osril and stuff, I'm not hugely concerned about the commitment there. That's also a good short round card. We have a couple of nice tempo-y cards with the Conquerors. I don't think we need Plumard. Beast is good. Do we need Taskmaster? I might kick that as well. Parasite is good. And I do think we have to bleed a little bit here. You know, even if we just play the Indregas and both of the Conquerors, like that puts us in a good position for the next round. And it kind of puts them in a position where they have to play something. Unfortunately, not able to get... We haven't drawn Ikern or Osril, but... Or Red Riders, which is kind of annoying. There's Justice. Okay. So that means we can play the Beast at this point, right? Because this is going to boost up, which is going to make that better. So we'll do that. And then we can also play... Like I said, the Conquerors are not bad. Maybe the bleed is a bit risky here because like they played tempo, but these are going to grow. This is like a 9-point play. This is a 9-point play. We'll get another 2 points from that. So we've got about 20 odd points here.
I've no fondness for my time as a cormorant. Yet fish I instead enjoy.
Okay. So we'll do this.
Yet another horn for my collection.
I think at some point they're going to have to play something low tempo. Right? We could even play this. Okay, that's a parasite target. So, I mean, they haven't... Well, no, because they have to move it back on the next turn, right? So we can just play this for now. Unless they play Milan. And I guess if they play Milan, they're ahead. Are we losing our card here? But we are shortening the round, and I don't think shortening the round is bad. Because we have a good short round. Hey, there's Milena. They played that wrong. They were meant to play Milena. Move it.
Don't worry about me.
Yeah. What was that? Opponent. Not quite what you want to do there. I'm going to just do this now. They messed out on 2 points there. I mean, we are still only 3 points up here. We can commit Auberon, though. And I don't hate committing Auberon here. Okay, so that is Oak Critters. And it is a devotion list because both things happen. But they're not really ahead by that, right? You know, they put bleeding on a... They put bleeding on a... They put bleeding on a Veil unit. I mean, that's a mistake people are going to be making. So I think we play this. That is really good because that's going to trigger more Thrives. And another 7 I don't think is bad. Let's just have a look at our other options. This is worth 6. Let's play that. Okay, and suddenly we are 16 points up. With Detlaf 2 leader charges, which is worth 15. So yeah, the bleed has been saved. This was also worth 12. Can we just point that out? Okay, so let's say that is a Pitfall. That's worth 8. So we're pretty far ahead at this point. I guess it's worth 10. Would put you on 39. So you still have to play another card. That is worth 5. But goes... I guess it like triggers the symbiosis, right? This is only worth 8 though. So you're still down by 2. So you have to use your leader ability. That bleed went really well. I'm happy. I'm a happy chappy. Yeah, so you have to use his leader ability. Which we are happy with. All things considered. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Solid. And you see these got to 12 points for that Endrega. Massive. Ikern is good. Okay, we definitely want the queen. I don't know if it's even worth playing this at this point. I guess this is better than this, right? Goliath. So the issue is if he kills this, it's kind of a problem. But we can do this, which isn't too bad.
May their rotting corpses fertilize our wood.
Okay, so I guess we play this. We want both rows. Because we're not going to have that many turns anyway. And that thins the queen.
The world will at last be cleansed.
He did a wee quest there. Nice. This premium is lovely. Look at this card. Okay. And this is also a Thrive. So we could play Dettlaff next and just wait. The issue we have is when we play Ighern. But we can always use a leader charge on Ighern rather than using both of them on Dettlaff.
Lie still. You've not yet recovered.
Okay. So let's play this. Trigger the Thrive. End the turn. Question is he going to have 1 point of damage with his final card? Because if he doesn't have 1 point of damage, we could just leave the Ighern. So at this point, this is where the question becomes, do I need the damage, right? Do I need it in order to win? That's what you kind of have to ask yourself. And he's running nature cards. So it may be like a coal or something with an oak, which we really don't want to deal with. So I think we play this. And then we play this. And although we lose out on 5 points, it, I think, is a safer play than... Yeah, see, there's nature card. So he had a choice, and if he got 1 damage, well, that's more than 1 damage. So we made the correct choice. It would have been kind of scary. It's not enough points, unfortunately, for you. We can also do that. Just to get the max points. Play that, then that. Boom, look at that. Nice. Nice! Huh, that's an interesting deck, though. This is the great thing about Patch Day, is you get all sorts of, like, different decks. Like, you're not entirely sure what your opponent's doing, and that's totally fine. But we won, so that's good. I'm going to jump into another game now, though, and we'll play this deck once.
Ested esa crisa.
Okay, so we're against monsters this time around, so we can kind of expect Frost. We want to mulligan the Winter Queen, unsurprisingly. And then... Are we going to need... I don't think we'll need the Purify, so I might just mulligan that instead of the Ozreal. Also, this deck is actually quite good if you're supporting monsters during the current event. At the moment, there's an event where you can do things with playing Wild Hunt and Auberon and stuff, so this deck is not a bad choice for that. I picked monsters because I couldn't pick Nilfgaard. And... we all love Nilfgaard. I'm a bit sad we didn't get our Endregas, which are always nice in round 1. But we do have the Drowner. We have the Bruja, so we have some Thrive options there. Our opponent is playing Thrive. We want to wait on the Red Riders until he plays onto 2 rows. Although we can use the Drowner to, you know, change the layout a wee bit. And that is something that we can do. Although if we play the Frost right this turn, it'll hit one of these. And then on the next turn we can kill it with a Drowner. Which isn't bad. Although, realistically, actually, I think we would just play the Drowner now. And then play the Frost on the next turn. Because then it goes up to 2 and it dies anyway. Yeah, and that kills one of his Thrive units, which is good. What golds are in the deck? Werecat, Maruna, Steve. That'll get thinned. That's fine. Striga would have been nice. What is this? Ethereal. At the end of the turn, if the unit on the right... Oh, I see what he's going to do. That's a cool strategy. So he's going to keep playing the fruit, right? He plays the fruit and then he swarms the board. Unless we kill both of these. Ooh, I think we just lose this round then. But he can do this again with Caranthir. Like, we would need to kill both of them in 1 turn. But then he can only play 1. The problem... This is... This is not ideal. Let's just play this for now. And then end our turn.
Only the pure white and snow. All else disgusts me.
This is quite scary. I guess on the plus side... I wish these... Because these... The thing is, if I kill one of these, this one is just going to trigger, right? Like, it's just gonna... I'm gonna kill one of these, and then the other one is gonna continue. And he can do this every turn. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. So we would need Werecat. Werecat would be really useful. But yeah, so that's gonna keep happening. I mean, at this point, though, I'm also, like, okay with just piecing out of the round. The scary thing is, we would need Maruna. We really need Maruna, right? And I don't want to try and roll into Maruna with Naglfar, because if I miss it, that's going to be sad. Although, yeah, and it's not guaranteed anyway. So maybe we just play Egg Turn. Close the gap a wee bit. End our turn. We got good value out of that Frost. We are ahead on even at the moment. So we could kind of continue to contest the round. You know? If we play Naglfar, this would be good. This would be good. This is fine. This is meh. This is okay. We have the tallest unit. I guess you can keep doing this, but he's going to run out of room eventually. And like I said, if we can get the... If we can get the...
We dance.
Werecat, like, that's really good value because of how stacked the row is. What did I draw this? So did we do that? We could just play the beast as well. That's going to give us 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Doesn't put us ahead, but then we can catch up with one card. And then we can bleed him in the next round, and that's okay. Let's do that for now. Just get the engine on the board. And then... Yeah, I don't hate Naglfar here. The only thing we don't really want is Detlaf. Like, he's only got 2 more spaces on the row anyway. This is where Lambert would be really useful. Although he's not going to work with this strategy. The reason he doesn't work with this strategy is because... this is where the Purify would have been good. The reason he doesn't work with this strategy is because... Well, if I kill this, then he gets space for more. Why doesn't Lambert work? Oh, because it's a devotion deck, right? Let's see what we get. Striga or Parasite. So Striga's gonna deal... I mean, we can kill the Endrega. I guess we just kill the Endrega. It's not quite what we wanted. But we can always close the gap with a Goliath. So as long as we kind of are staying relatively comfortably in the game. I'm not really bothered by this ethereal strategy. It did get me nervous, I'm going to be honest with you, but I think it's fine. I wonder what he's doing with this defender, though. And we can always pass. We do have that option. Plus, these are only 4 provision cards, right? We could also just play the Bruja. Gives us 5. He doesn't have dominance, so he's only getting 2 damage off of that. So this gives us 5. And then this would give us 12. 17. Which puts us on even? Oh no, and the beast grows. Nah, it's fine. Yeah, we can do this. I think this is still good. How many provisions is this card? 8. It's quite cheap. Okay, so now we just play Goliath. Do we even need Goliath? Let me think. 7. 8, 9. This is going to grow twice. 10, 11. 12, 13. Yeah, we don't even need to play Goliath. This should be enough. Wait. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 14. So we can do this.
We shall conquer this world as we have conquered countless.
Beast will grow. Bleed will happen. Beast will grow. Maths. Mathematics. Good thing I paid attention at school. So we have a really good short round because we have Osril. We have Goliath, which is a tempo play. We have Aen Conqueror, which is a tempo play. We have Auberon, which is a tempo play. We have Parasite, but we don't have a second way of killing it, although we can just kidnap one of our own. We have Apiarian Phantom. I actually really like this hand. The only thing I guess would be nice is Endrega's, but I think we're okay with it, right? So we can just open with this. It also gives us 3 damage. So depending on the situation, we might be able to kill his strategy. And he's not really going to want to play his strategy either. That's the other thing. Well, actually, Workout would have been good as well. But he's not going to want to play his little transformy strategy. Because it... what am I trying to say? He doesn't want to play his transforming strategy because this is a bleed. And he would want to keep it for the next round. But if he doesn't respect the bleed, then he's going to have a bad time. And we have a lot of great mid-range cards in our hand here. So do we just take one of the Endregas? I actually don't hate just taking one of the Endregas. We could kill one of them as well. But then we're getting 1 point per turn, which kind of cancels out the Endrega with this. So maybe we just do this. Leader charge.
I shall save all your
I mean, I guess we could have waited till they grew a little bit, but I don't think it's a huge issue. I think everything is pretty... Yeah, it looks pretty good in this situation. Renew. So he's going to renew Caranthea, right? That's his strategy. Haha, I have renewed Caranthea, and I will play my 1-strength Ethereal Friendo. Like, he's just doing it again. But, like, last time it wasn't really a problem for us. We can kill one of them, but this one is going to continue to transform them, right? So you need to be able to kill both of them at once. Actually, we can do that. We Parasite one of them. We Phantom the other one. It means that if he wants to play his next one, he's going to have to play the one from hand. So we kind of put the brakes on his train. And if we can, as soon as we bleed out the other one, we're quite happy to pass, right? We are happy. And then let's just BM. So this is the pass. Yeah, this is the pass. Oh no, he's ahead by 1. Oh, we need more tempo. So if we play this as 8. I guess we could just play Auberon. Yeah, I think we have to play Auberon. I don't hate it. Well, that is probably the best option. We can move something to the other row. It doesn't really help us. Let's go with this. Okay. So we played 14 points. So even with his 4 extra points from his leader ability, he needs to play 11 to get ahead. He's got 1 Endrega, which I guess is another point. Master Mirror. Okay, that's a strange inclusion. So this is our pass. You know, he can start transforming things all he wants into random legendaries from monsters. I guess, like, every time he plays the rightmost card, that's going to happen. But maybe the rightmost card isn't great for him. Maybe that's not something he wants to play. And random legendaries isn't necessarily good unless you have a handful of bronzes. Noonwraith. Okay. Yeah, I think... I mean, it depends kind of what Master Mirror has created. You know, if it's given him, like, a Manticore and he has no way of consuming it, then that's a 5-point card. I genuinely have no way of knowing at this stage. Okay, we got an Endrega's good. Purify... I mean, he's played his thing anyway. We can kick that. Werecat's okay. Dettlaff is really, really good. This is good. This is meh. I think we still kick the Bruja. Endregas. Okay, double Endregas. Double Endregas is alright. The issue that we have is we don't have a good option necessarily for our leader. I suppose we can eat the Werecat, and that's okay. Like, we play the Werecat as double row punish. Would have been better previously, though. This would have also been better with our leader. Is he going to eat my Acorn? That's not cool. Yeah, he is. I mean, it's a smart play, but it's still not cool. So let's play this. So, what have we got to consume? A 7. If we can consume the Goliath, it would pull something from his deck, which isn't great. If he plays his own Acorn, do we have a way of killing that? Not really. So we'll play more Endregas. Which row are we going to want to Werecat? I guess the front row, right? We deal 2 damage and then a little bit, well, 3 damage at the moment. When do we need to, I mean, ideally we want to play the Wercat next. A Neuromancy. I wonder if he... Oh, no, it can't have created that, right? Because it's from the faction. Neckers. Okay, okay. Well, now we know where we want to... Now we know where we want to work at, boys and girls. Imagine a Neuromancy and Neckers. That's cute. That'll do. That made our life easier. And bear in mind, we're getting 4 points for each of these cards on top because of the thrives, right? So 4, 4, 4. Oh, if only I had a way of dealing, like... 3 damage, 2 damage. The Wercat's not enough. Oh, I need 1 damage. Feels bad.
Nothing rivals skin.
Feels bad. He's up
So
10.
silky.
But we do have a lot of points. I'm just wondering if there's ever a situation where it's worth consuming the Goliath. I don't think it is. I think we just take the 7. Ugh. Prick Osroll players, you know? What's in his graveyard? 7. I mean, I guess we could just do that. And eat the Cathedral. Don't know why you played Acorn on the back row. That was kind of dumb. You're playing into Wercat there. Okay, so now it's 31 to 34. And we have leader ability worth 2 and 10. Play a Deathwish unit from your deck.
What do you seek?
Okay, so you have Goliath, which is worth 10. But you only have 1 Thrive, and I have 4 Thrives. Oh, it's going to be close. I guess we do this. Oh, no, we win. Then we do this. And then we do this just to stop the bleed. And then we win. Hey, Ethereal, get wrecked. I'm assuming the Deathwish card, did he create that? I actually have no idea. You know, I'd love to know what he created with the Master Mirror. Oh, we're on promo. Look at us go. Look at us go. So yeah, you guys, that is my, I guess, hybrid monsters list for day 1. I'm sure there'll be more optimized lists coming out, you know, the more time we have to build decks, but I really wanted to get a list up for you guys in terms of what I've been playing, in terms of what I've been enjoying today, and where I kind of feel monsters is at. Let me know what you guys are running with monsters. Are you finding Ardgaith successful? You know, what about Eridan? How are you guys getting on with that sort of stuff? I do like this devotion strategy. I really like the little 7 dudes. I think they're pretty powerful. And Auberon as well is a really nice tempo play. And I keep finding 7 strength dudes on him as well, which is just joyful when you're planning running Thrive. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know how you guys are feeling in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, maybe leave a like, and you can always subscribe. Let me know what decks you want to see me play going forward. You can find me on Twitter at Jaggerous. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully catch you guys in the next video.